Hi. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since we actually sat down and chatted about a certain topic. Because for the past episodes, it's been travel episodes because I've been traveling, you know. You all know that I went to LA and San Francisco back in December. And last April, I went to Johannesburg and Cape Town in South Africa. And I miss this, honestly. Making travel videos is actually so fun. Don't get me wrong, like traveling alone is so fun. And some of you guys actually tell me on Instagram that watching my videos, my human moments episodes, is like being on FaceTime with me, and that's so cute. It's actually human moments, it's human interaction, and just being human and being vulnerable and talking about topics that some people are actually afraid to talk about or tackle. It's funny because the inspiration for this topic is actually very random. It was like an aha moment for me. So I was just on the couch, you know, doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram. I actually have a phone addiction, and sometimes it gets so bad. And then when I catch myself being on Instagram or TikTok or just doom scrolling for like 30 minutes, and I'm just like, it's been 30 minutes. That was like 5 minutes. And I get so frustrated, and I would like beat myself up and be like, I could have done a lot for the past 30 minutes. Like I could have done the dishes, I could have like showered. And I know some of you guys will say, well, me too, Nick, so don't feel so bad. It's bad. We should feel bad. I'm not saying that we should not use our phones anymore, blah, blah, blah. That's impossible. We're in the digital age. Everything's on the phone. Work, school, life, keeping in touch with friends, finding a partner, everything's there. I'm not saying ditch the phone. We should like be more mindful. I don't blame us. I mean, watching reels and watching TikTok is just so fun, and you just get lost in it, and you're just like, wow, it's been an hour. That was like 10 minutes. But anyways, let's get to the topic. Life is short. Don't make it shorter by doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram. Don't waste your life on there. You have like 24 hours in a day, and you use like 5 hours on Instagram and TikTok. We, including me. The inspiration for this topic is a very funny random story. So I was on the couch one night and I was just like doom scrolling on Instagram, and I saw this meme, and it says, it was like a funny picture, you know, like one of those funny pictures that they get from shows or movies. Life is short, don't make it shorter. I was reading the comments and they were like, wow, this changed my brain chemistry. And honestly, same. Like when I read that, I was like, I mean, I know this is just a meme, but yeah. And if there's one thing that all generations would agree on, it's that life is short. You know how all of us go through those moments wherein like it just hits us that, wow, life is indeed short. We were just celebrating the New Year's in LA, and now it's freaking July. Second week of July, by the way. I was actually just talking to my mom yesterday, and I was like, how is it the second week of July already? Like, we were just sliding through July, and she was like, thank God. Someone wants to get rid of this year already. So last week I was actually hanging out with my friends from college, and we were just reminiscing about college. And we actually met up with this one friend who's actually our junior in college. She's leaving for Australia. She's gonna study there and eventually just, you know, make a life there. She was telling us about, you know, updates about people in her year. So she was like, oh yeah, this one's about to get married, this one's about to blah blah, this one just broke up with her fiance. A lot of tea. And I was like, how is it that this all happened 10 years ago? And they were like, I don't want to think about that. Let's just think that college was like 6 years ago. I swear, it was just yesterday that I was waking up at 5 a.m. to get ready for my 7 a.m. class. How is it that I'm already turning 28 in a few months? Looking back at our conversations before, it was just like, did you study for the exam tomorrow? Did you understand the class today? Did you see your crush? Are we partying tonight? I swear it was just like that. And how is it that we're already talking about, are you happy with your career? Are you getting married soon? Are you having a baby? But you know what? That's reality. We're in our late 20s. And we're in this phase of our lives right now. And I'm just so happy that I get to walk this life with the same people that I went to college with. It's magical. It's amazing that we got to maintain and keep this friendship. It's friends forever.
Wait, no. And jump.
You know, my mom always told me before, one day you're gonna look back and miss all of this. I was actually struggling with nursing and I would just have a mental, emotional breakdown. I'm just like, I'm so done with nursing, I'm so done with college, but I have to go through this because my parents are gonna be so disappointed in me if I just quit. And that's every Asian kid. Yeah, we have to finish what we started. Yeah, I would always tell my mom, I wish I could just fast forward to graduation day and just get this over with. She would warn me again and be like, you're gonna miss all of this. And she's right. But life doesn't work that way. Like, I can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm going to my 7 a.m. class and I'm gonna see my girls. Like, this ain't no time machine. We can't go back. We can't fast forward. We can't stop and freeze. It just goes on at the same pace. It ticks at the same pace, okay? Since we can't control time, here's what we could do. We could manage it and make the most out of it. Make the most out of the now. It's great to have goals and plan for the future, but don't focus on the future too much that you lose sight of what's in front of you. Make time for the people around you because honestly, death chooses anyone at any time. You could be next. I could be next. And most importantly, don't lose sight of your current self. You know how you're like planning for the future so much and focusing on the future so much that you actually lose yourself in planning for the future? Don't. My point is to be in the present, and there's actually a lot of ways to practice mindfulness. It's there in social media. Everything's there. Like, you see it on reels, like people posting self-help and stuff. How I practice mindfulness, yoga, meditation when I wake up. And actually, that's also a message to myself. Okay, evil eye, evil eye, evil eye. Of course, my goal here on YouTube is to become big. Like, I don't want to settle for this, but also, like, for every video, don't get me wrong, for every video I make, I'm not like, oh, I wish like by tomorrow this would get 1 million views and this would earn me like 200,000 subscribers more. Doesn't work like that. Every video that I make, I actually make my own points, really think it through, and then plan my own. Did you see that? There was a saliva at the side of my... Anyways, so I pour out my heart and soul for every episode that I make. I just wanted to let you guys know. For the past episodes, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I was doing so good. Like for the first 6 episodes, that was like getting thousands of views. That was like 3,000, 4,000 views. And then for the succeeding episodes, it was just like 100 views. Like I was just in hundreds. And that really made me down. But I would talk to my friends and I would talk to San, who is my best friend, who's also a YouTuber. I actually like rant to him sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm so down. Like, I don't get it. I pour out my heart and soul for YouTube and my content, and it just gets this. Like, I edit because I work a full-time job 6 days a week. So I get to edit every night, and sometimes like I edit so tired. I'm just so fatigued, and yet I'm just still editing and making content. And I love it. I love it. But then I post a video and it gets like hundreds of views, and I'm just like, why am I in the hundreds? And then I tell Stan that, and he's like, you know, the thing about YouTube is you have to be consistent, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to maintain. That's what I'm trying to maintain, okay? I'm losing track of my point again. So my point is, my goal is to be big on YouTube, and for the past episodes, the views are just whap, whap, whap. And I've been losing myself. I'm losing my shit. I'm editing my videos, and I'm just like, how many views is this gonna get? And I'm just like frustrated, fatigued, burnt out. I actually hit a point in my content creation journey where I'm just like, I'm done with this shit. I'm tired, I'm burnt out. Like, what's the point of all of this? Like, as I said earlier, I should make every day count. Like, I have to enjoy the journey, because honestly, part of the success is actually the journey. Let's say I'm gonna be big tomorrow. I'm gonna get like thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. And then like looking back at the journey of how I got through this is just me losing myself and losing my shit. And it was just like me in a bad mood most of the time. I would look back on this journey and I'll be like, well, the journey was bad, but at least I got, you know, I reached the goal. Compared to like me reaching the goal tomorrow, next month, next year, who knows? And then I'm gonna look back on this year and I'm gonna be so happy because I actually enjoyed the journey. I actually enjoyed the ride, and for every technical issues that I had with editing and Final Cut Pro, and for those episodes wherein the views are just womp womp womp, I'm just gonna laugh at that. And I'm like, that's part of the journey, that's part of the success. Like accepting failure, accepting downfalls, and then getting back up and continuing and keeping your eyes on the prize. And the most important thing in reaching your goal is to not lose yourself. I think it's such a waste of time to actually do something and just not be yourself in doing it. I've actually had a phase also in my life wherein I'm just like, I just wanna die. Yeah, I went through that. I was depressed. I was suicidal. And here I am. Like, I refuse to give up. I refuse to make life shorter. Because why in the world would I end my life at 24? You feel your emotions, you process your emotions, and then you reflect what this is teaching you, what this pain, what this challenge is teaching you. And yeah, that's the way life goes. Everyone goes through pain, everyone goes through challenges, everyone goes through rejection, everyone goes through body dysmorphia, being in bad relationships, being in a bad relationship with themselves. We all go through it. And you know what, honey? Life moves on. Life doesn't stop for you. Life doesn't freeze for you. Life doesn't fast forward for you. You have to be in the present and reflect on what this is teaching you, touching you. Touching you. What this is touching you. Looking back at those years, I was spending my early 20s depressed, uncertain with life. Like, where am I going with life? What is my purpose? And honestly, like to this day, I still ask that question. Like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? When I was depressed, I would ask that question while working my full-time job. Go home, do nothing for myself except to just relax and like contemplate on life. And I'd be so depressed because I feel so useless that I'm just working for a job that I have zero passion for, and it's like living a life that's not mine. And then right now I'm just so happy because I'm working the same job I'm so grateful to be in this job, don't get me wrong, but I'm just so happy that I figured out what I want to do in life, and that's to become a YouTuber. I'm just so happy that even though I'm still working the same job 6 days a week, I'm so fatigued, and then I get home and then I would think, I'm so excited to get home because I get to do this me time, and that me time is planning my content, editing my content. I don't feel as useless anymore. Like, I'm starting to unravel, to unfold what my purpose in life is, and this is making me so happy, just making content for you guys. So, like, when I was depressed back in my early 20s, I wanted to end my life so badly, but you know, there's just that, there's, as long as you have that drive to go on with your life, no matter how little it is, as long as you have it, just listen to it, don't lose sight of it, and keep on feeding that drive until you realize that life is worth living and you're gonna get through this. And also, there's actually a lot of us that actually compare ourselves with others, compare our pace with others, compare our current situation with other people's situation, other people's success, other people's accomplishments. Stop doing that. Because life is not a race. Like, life is already short. Why are we racing?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are we racing? Life is already short. We all have different paces in life, and that is a fact, okay? Some people would be 10 steps ahead of you. Some people would be 10 steps behind you. And what you should focus on is your own steps, honey. Okay, don't mind them. I'm gonna close this episode by saying that you should enjoy life, enjoy every day. Most importantly, just be in the present. Like, stop losing yourself in the side of tomorrow. Bye. I hope you live life, and I hope you actually learned something from this, thanks to that meme that I saw on Instagram, and now it's the topic that I'm talking about for this episode. This has been so fun. I miss you so much. I miss talking to you guys. Comment down below on what you learned from this episode and what topics you want me to talk about next. See ya. It's a Sunday. I'm gonna have dinner. I'm gonna live life and make the most out of this day. I'm gonna do groceries and then edit this video. I'm also gonna edit a reel for Instagram. It's a get ready with me. And I hope you guys enjoy your day today. And enjoy your life in general. And enjoy yourself, honey. Like, celebrate yourself, okay? That neighbor is so loud. See you on the next episode. Bye. Mwah.